well, sometimes we recognize this need for faith and trust, but other times we take it for granted. But it's no less real. How about visiting the doctor? You know, we have health issues, and we know if we do nothing, you know, our life could be threatened. You know, cancer, other illnesses, like we need some kind of treatment. When you go to the doctor and they give you a medication to use, how do you know it's safe? And I'm not making a statement about any testing procedures here in particular, but okay, so we usually believe there's been a process of drug development, of testing. They've had observational trials with people that are, you know, willing to be part of a trial, even though it's not a proven drug. And we trust then the prescription is going to work based on all this regulatory and experimental process that we believe is used. Okay, so that's an act of faith too, in this system that's been set up and in the trustworthiness of our medical advisors. And that's reasonable. That's what we have to do to live. But no, it's just even for our doctors, even for our professionals that advise us, how many of them actually were physically present when the experiments were done in developing these drugs? How many of our doctors were directly part of the observational trials, studying the impact of each one of these drugs on patients? I'd say very few, if any. Huh. Well, then on what basis are we deciding these drugs are safe? Well, because we, and in fact our doctors, have faith in the witness that's been given of the experiments, of the trials, of the regulatory procedures that have been followed. There's faith again in our day-to-day life, in our regular nourishment, in our medical care. We can't survive a day of life without some level of natural faith. We don't see and know all these things with our own senses. It's impossible. It's literally impossible, even for our doctors, to know every piece of medical information based on their own experience. They have to trust in, you know, their peers' work. Well, so in almost every field. There's times that we come to experimental knowledge with our own senses, our eyes, our experience, but in most areas of life, we rely on the witness of others. Crazy, isn't it? Faith is essential for our day-to-day physical human life. And so it makes sense that it's essential also for our eternal life.